fellow brothers and sisters in Shred. It is Derek, aka Mr. Shred, with Masters of Shred, your #1 source for all your daily Shredtacular content. And I want to thank you for tuning in to our 3rd episode of This Week in Shred. And boy, is it going to be an epic episode. But before we get there, I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button. Shred that subscribe button. Show us that you care as much about this movement as we do leading it. So when you do that, it shows us you care. And also like the video, hit the bell for notifications because we got some pretty big shows coming up for you guys. It's going to be a little different than this, but I think you're going to like it a lot. And also make sure to share this with your fellow Shred enthusiasts. Help spread the word and grow this together. And also, let's not forget about our amazing sponsors. We got the innovators of Wah Morley. We got the architects of Shred, EMG Pickups. My fellow brothers of Shred over at Sola Customs USA out of North Carolina. If you can dream it, they can make it a reality for you. Some of the craziest guitars and aftermarket mods you could ever do for your guitar is right there with my guy, Anthony Sola over at Sola Guitars. Check that out. And also, we cannot forget about our new sponsor, Vvco Pedals, the only pedal company that is making your pedal board cool again. Actually, everyone's pedal board cool again. We'll have some more information on that later in the episode. And also, we have a brand new sponsor because this one came about in a very weird way. We've been told that this show, This Week in Shred, houses an absorbing amount of cheese. So I decided maybe it's time to put all that cheese to good use. So, folks, give it up for our newest sponsor, Cheez-Its. That's right. Thank you, Cheez-Its, for the amazing Cheez-It Bowls because this food alone has helped us edit all of our episodes so far. And it's going to continue to help us on this one too. So awesome. Big shout out, big shred out to Cheez-Its. So without further ado, let's go into this episode. Let's dive into This Week in Shred. So let's hop into news. The big topic of discussion and the big event that was going down this week was, without a doubt, Summer Namm out of the Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. So where do I begin with Summer Namm? I mean, well, it was there. How was it? Okay, that's actually pretty much about it. I mean, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, which I think you guys would probably appreciate, it was a pretty disappointing show. I didn't film anything because there was really nothing to film. I mean, it was half the space it usually is, and now with the pandemic, that's understandable, but you literally had so much space between booths, hardly any guitar companies actually there, and just a whole lot of curious, bewildered eyes looking around, usually at who's ever walking down the aisle. So I didn't really spend a whole lot of time at Summer Namm itself because it wasn't really the Namm I'd like to remember, so I'm actually trying to tune it out of my head completely. But here's the good news. That was all made up for by making a visit to the Gibson Garage. That's right, your guy Mr. Shred finally made it out there. And folks, it is an absolutely incredible experience. Right out of the gate, I was greeted by the custom shop where they showed me some of the crazy builds they had done recently and already sold 2 of them, one for $25,000 and one for $50,000. Absolutely incredible guitars. The experience as a whole is amazing. The merchandise they have. I mean, the guitars, you can get your hands on everything, whether it's Kramer, it's Epiphone, it's Mesa Boogie. They got Mesa Boogies around every station, so you can literally plug in headphones on and you can go at it testing out guitars that you only see online and maybe your store doesn't have. But the whole experience as a whole is just incredible. And I actually had the pleasure of walking in a second day and immediately running into the CEO of Gibson, JC, and Cesar, which is the president of the Gibson brands, and of course my fellow brother in Shred, Aljon Go, who is the manager of the Gibson brands as well, when Kramer, Epiphone, Gibson. Is incredible. So I was lucky enough to run into all 3 of them at the same time, and they gave me a tour, a first-hand tour of the backstage area. So I was not expecting this, and I'm just going to kind of walk you guys through what this was like. It was like a scene out of the movie Rockstar when Mark Wahlberg is gearing up to walk to the stage. I mean, you're in this dark hallway. You got the beam lighting. You got the gorgeous artwork on the side. Maybe that movie didn't have gorgeous artwork, but the Gibson Garage sure as hell does in their hallway. So you get up to this door at the end of it. There's a huge padlock. You got to have a security code to get in. They do their magic, work their finger magic, open the door, and what do I see? I'm greeted with an incredible, stunning I don't know what you call it. I think what the technical term is they call it the artist relations area. So the artists come in there to perform. I mean, gorgeous, gorgeous furniture, stunning guitars hanging all over, a private bar, a meeting room, absolutely beautiful. And who's the first person I see? Derek St. Holmes. Yes, the singer of Stranglehold with Ted Nugent. So amazing, super ultra surreal moment to say the least. But it only got more surreal from there. And we're gonna get to that a little bit later on. You're not gonna wanna miss out on that. So again, if you're in Nashville, if you're not in Nashville, you gotta go to the Gibson Garage. This is what every guitar brand should be doing. This is incredible. Year round, you can get the ultimate Gibson experience. You can dive into the Gibson culture. And I learned right off the bat too, outside of the Gibson Garage, Gibson's footmark in Nashville as a whole is just so incredible. Beyond what I ever had imagined. I mean, you go down the street, you'll see Sherwin-Williams Paint Shop. What's their logo? Like a 15, 20-foot Gibson Les Paul, and it's got picks on the bottom of it that say, pick your color. It's guitar picks. I mean, it's incredible. And so Nashville is Gibson country. I like it a lot. So awesome. If you guys get a chance to go out to the Gibson Garage, you gotta check this out. And in other news, last week we went on to our Instagram and found a very big surprise. We were mentioned in someone's Instagram story. Now that's not the unusual part. That happens quite often a bit. But now who it was caught us by surprise. It was none other than the funk metal shred connoisseur, the mighty Dave Navarro of Jane's Addiction. And what was he doing? He posted in his story there a picture of a post he put up and us liking it. And he posted that because he's such a fan of Masters of Shred and likes what we do. And it was an honor for him to have us like his comment. I was stunned because it's an honor for us to have Dave Navarro following us and recognizing and acknowledging Masters of Shred on his personal platform when we like his stuff. I mean, listen, being a huge Jane's Addiction fan, growing up with this music, and not only that, but growing up and watching and seeing Dave Navarro on MTV Cribs and seeing him all over pop culture mainstream media. I grew up looking at this guy, he's so cool. And then there he is doing that, amazing. And it didn't stop there. He actually sent us this incredible, awesome, super thoughtful shred out. Check this out.
What's up? I'm Dave Navarro, and you are watching Masters of Shred, just like I always do.
Now, folks, if I told you that I didn't jump out of my seat and start dancing when I saw that video, I'd be lying to you, and I'm not a liar. I was stunned. I mean, come on. He's played Stop. I couldn't believe it. I had to gather my thoughts quickly because my mind was melting. So again, Dave Navarro, thank you so much. Guys, follow Dave. He is a true shred enthusiast, and honestly, he can shred. You guys gotta dig a little deeper on Google or YouTube. Do it, because you know what? You're gonna find videos of him tearing it up. So Dave, I know you say you're not a shredder. In our book here at Masters of Shred, you definitely are a shredder, and we approve of that. In other shred news, my fellow brother in shred and one half of the Shred Rat Pack, the mighty Shred Melodic, Jordan Ziff, has announced a new project, a new band that he has started called Hot Crazy. And folks, I had the honor of listening to Hot Crazy when they were making this debut album that they're about to release. And I mean, the melodies, the guitars, you gotta think, I mean, it's true shredlotic rock. And I think you're gonna absolutely love it, as much as I did, that's for sure. So you're gonna wanna stay tuned for that. And also put this on your calendars. August the 28th in Scottsdale, Arizona, Hot Crazy is gonna do their debut show, the debut display. So tickets are available. You gotta go to Hot Crazy's Instagram, and you will see a link in their bio to do it. And they have VIP tickets available too. And what do you get for VIP? Shirt, signed poster, a catered dinner, okay? And you're also gonna get a whole bunch of other stuff with it. And it's a pretty good deal. So if you're in the Scottsdale, Arizona area, and if you're even not, you may want to really consider hopping a flight, a bus, a train, or a car and getting out to check that out. Hot Crazy, remember that name and follow them on Instagram. Incredible band, and wait till you hear the music that I've had the honor of listening to. Keep killing it, Jordan. Now, gear news is red hot this week, folks. And this next one we're going to go into is very significant for a couple of different reasons. So when I went to the Gibson Garage, I went to all the different stations they had with all these incredible, gorgeous guitars and the amps and the rigs and playing them. And I went to one corner that had all of the Gibson signature models. And I've been waiting to get my hands on these for a while because unfortunately my local guitar store does not carry these. So I immediately went for the Gold Top Dark, it's called. And, you know, wobbing into it, I was expecting super thick headstock or neck, super thick neck. Maybe not a great feel for a shredder, really, because, you know, us shredders, we want high performance guitars. So you will be pleasantly surprised, maybe as much as I was when I picked it up and played it through one of their Mesa Boogies. They're absolutely incredible. All I can say to sum up the signature Gibsons is ultra smooth. The neck feels incredible. Is it thicker than your thin, super shreddy neck? Yes, but can you shred on this? Absolutely. It's eerily inviting and extremely comfortable. And most of all, it's a complete workhorse. I mean, this is a guitar that you can feel. As soon as you pick it up, you go, this guitar is all business. Playing, it's incredible. It feels like a mature guitar, sophisticated guitar, one you can take on the road, one you can beat the hell out of, and it feels and sounds amazing. Buttery, smooth. So why am I telling you all this? Well, here's what we got. If you don't feel like you're in that price range territory where you can go spend $3,000, which it will fetch you for one of these signature Gibsons, Epiphone has just released a whole new line of signature Epiphone models that bear that gorgeous new headstock that Epiphone put out recently. I mean, stunning. They knocked it out of the park. Aldron Go, loving it as always, brother. So awesome guitars. And now you're gonna say to yourself, what's the difference here? Well, you got your Gibson signature and you had your Epiphones. The Epiphones will fetch you $899 and you have multiple colors to go by. They got the Appetite Burst. They got the November Burst. They got the Anaconda Burst. It goes on. And let's just go over some of the key differences here. There's not a whole lot of differences. And for the difference in price, you can't go wrong. I'll tell you right now, if these Epiphones play just a quarter as good as their big brother Gibson signature slashes, this purchase is a no-brainer, folks. Grab them. And if they're like all the other Epiphones they put out recently, it's gonna be a good investment for you too. You're gonna make money usually off these kind of guitars, these signature models like this, and they're built to last. So check those out. You really can't go wrong. The only differences I could think of right now off the top of my head would be the pickups. Both are custom pickups. So the Epiphone is outfitted with two custom Pro Bucker pickups, which are replicas of the Big Brother Gibson model, which has custom burst Bucker pickups in it. And as far as the actual nut width on the guitar, the Gibson is a little bit smaller at 42.862 millimeters, while the Epiphone is at a solid 43 millimeters. Also, the Epiphone has an Indian Laurel fretboard, but shares a custom C-shaped neck profile, which is very similar to the Gibson's 50s vintage neck profile, or as they also refer to it as a C-shaped neck. So you're kind of getting the same kind of feel there, and both have medium jumbo frets. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see any at the Gibson Garage when I was there. They hadn't been released fully yet, but when I get my hands on one, I'm expecting it to be just like every other Epiphone. Amazing. Epiphone keeps knocking it out of the park, folks. If you're a fan of Slash, or if you want a guitar that's going to be a damn good workhorse, not break the bank, and it's going to have style, flair, tone, playability, do I got to keep going here? I think you get the idea. Check those out. The whole new Epiphone Slash line. You can't go wrong. In other gear news, we got some big announcements from my fellow brothers of shred, Vvco pedals, the pedal company that is making pedal boards cool again. Oh, so what do we have? Well, before I even go into that, let's go back a little bit. How far back? About a year ago. When I was still living in Chicago, I was speaking and dealing with the owner over there at Vvco Pedals. We were talking about maybe offering a Masters of Shred pedal, something very heavy, you know? So he had thrown some ideas around, I threw some ideas back at him, and we're talking about maybe this casket distortion pedal. And I was actually fortunate enough to get a very, very early rendition of it, which I still have today, which is right here. And incredible then. Well, fast forward a year, and Vvco has just released their incredible Afterlife Distortion pedal. Now, what does this pedal have? 4 different analog functions. The Afterlife pedal was designed with shredders and lead guitars in mind. You're getting 4 inner analog circuits. You're getting 2 distortions. You're getting 2 fuzzes. You're getting the bypass capabilities. This pedal is an absolute beast. It does it all. And we are going to be giving one away. So you're gonna wanna stay tuned for that video, and definitely make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss that announcement, because folks, this is an incredible pedal, and if you could get one free in a giveaway, you're gonna save a lot of dough. But that doesn't also mean this pedal isn't worth every single penny of it. The reviews are out there. Everyone is loving them. So you're gonna wanna check this out for sure. You wanna step up your pedal game, you wanna step up your effects, you wanna get some style on your pedal board instead of these dull effect pedals everyone's making these days for some reason, you have to check out the Afterlife pedal by Vvco Pedals. And make sure to follow them, Vvco_pedals. And if you wanna reach out to them, try to get one of these, tell them Mr. Shred from Masters of Shred sent you. They'll know where it came from. And now it's time of the show where I give you guys a first-hand look at my collection in a segment we call Mr. Shred's Vault. But wait, that actually doesn't make any sense because it's actually Gibson. That's right, folks. So actually, this week's Vault is not going to be any of my collection. It's going to be something totally different. Because see, when I went to the Gibson Garage this past Namm weekend, I got a first-hand tour of the Gibson Vault in the VIP area of the Gibson Garage. I was not expecting this at all. I don't think anybody could have expected it because literally Cesar himself grabbed the book on this bookshelf and the bookshelf went in. It was a revolving door like you would see in the Munsters, okay? And it led me into this gorgeous, it could have been, I don't know, 10, 15 foot high gold ceiling room with glass cases of just some of the world's most rarest, most expensive, absolutely shredlicious Gibson guitars dating back from the late 50s. No doubt, I can't lie, my hands were sweating, and you'll see why. Check this out. Hey everybody, it's Derek, aka Mr. Shredder with Masters of Shred, your #1 source for all your daily Shredtacular content, and I'm coming to with you today with a very special treat, one that I had not anticipated, as you can probably tell from the massive echo in here, and the obvious no use of lav mics. So we're just gonna roll with this. I am inside the Gibson Vault at Summer Namm 2021, a place I had not ever expected to go into, nor did I know even existed. So without further ado, I'm gonna give you a run of some of these incredible, insanely valuable guitars, and hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I did when I first saw it. Let's go through the first one here, a 1957 Les Paul Special TV inside this gorgeous yellow. I mean, this is incredible, folks. I had the pleasure of taking some of these out, and I would be lying to you if I didn't tell you that I was scared for my life of dropping one, because I would probably run out the door at that point. Anyway, let's go to the next one, a 1959 ES355 TDC Mono. I mean, this is incredible. What I like about this, and this is kind of just kind of insignificance, that custom made plate. I've seen many reverb demo shop Gibsons that actually sport that plate, and I'm like, that is really cool. And after seeing this, the next one that pops up on the demo shop, I'm gonna probably buy it. Okay, moving along, 1958 Les Paul Custom Black Beauty. Is there anything to really say about this that you probably don't already know? Incredible, classic, timeless piece. Black and gold is the way to do it. This is 1958, and from what I understand, this was Cesar, president of Gibson Brand's actual personally owned guitar. And now it's here in the Gibson Vault, which is incredible. Next thing up, 1957 Les Paul Standard Gold Top. Privilege of holding this. I mean, this thing is absolutely incredible. These guitars feel unlike anything I played, and I guess that's why they fetch so much cash too, is that you don't see them, and the playability and overall feel absolutely incredible. Moving on, 1958 Carina Flying V. I mean, I think now we're actually doing a reissue of this exact guitar, which is incredible, and they put that maybe a couple weeks ago on their YouTube channel, and it's incredible. I didn't get a chance to play this one, but you look at this, you know exactly what it is. A lot of imitators, but only one. Gibson. See that? All right, 1959 Les Paul Standard Sunburst. I had the pleasure of taking this out. Absolutely incredible. And guess what? I'm gonna do it again. Don't tell them. It's okay. I'm not gonna. I promise you, I'm not a butterfinger. I will never do that. But check that out. How gorgeous is that, folks? Yeah, I'm holding a 1959. Never thought I'd ever say that. The feel. See why people go vintage. This is absolutely incredible. I mean, good God. And that's me with 1959. Not bad. Okay, I'm gonna put this back. I'll get my blood pressure tested. Possibly go to the ER. I am scared shitless holding this. Okay, we're good. All right. Not clumsy today. No time for that. Moving on, 1961, Les Paul SG Custom. You already know probably what the story is behind that name, title, and everything else, but look at that, folks. Absolutely stunning. Is that a crack in the neck too? Oh, look at this. And then, moving a little bit forward, 1964 ES335, and to close it off, this incredible 1961 Les Paul Standard. Got a chance to play this, take it out, absolutely incredible, unlike anything I've ever felt before. SG is truly, I mean, folks, if you didn't play one, you gotta get your hands on one. Powerhouse beast. That is the Gibson Vault. Thank you for tuning in. This is unexpected, and I'm as surprised as you are. Tune in for more. Again, big thank you to Cesar, big thank you to JC, big thank you to my fellow brothers in Shred, Al, John, Go, for this amazing tour of the Gibson Garage. It was one of the most, hands down, surreal moments I'd ever experienced. I mean, when I was in that vault, I was looking at these guitars, and Cesar literally says to me, open up the frame and take it out. I'm like, take it out? It's a 59 Gibson Les Paul Standard, huh? Take it out. Isn't that worth like $250,000 to like $500,000? Trying to keep my cool was very hard that day. I didn't think I would be as nervous, but no doubt I have never sweated so much. Not even maybe in the gym as much as I did holding these guitars, because if I dropped any one of them or nicked them, I would have, well, there would have been hell to pay. So I really was nervous, but again, guys, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And again, if you have not gone to the Gibson Garage, hopefully now you're seeing how amazing this place is. You're understanding just what an experience it is. So you owe it to yourself as a shred enthusiast. Get out there as soon as you can. You will not regret it. Mr. Shred, Masters of Shred, backs that up. Now this next segment I am super excited about, because if you're a shredder, then you're possibly into wrestling, professional wrestling, whether it's WWE, maybe it's AEW, maybe it's the old school stuff like ECW and all that great stuff too. They just seem to go together like peanut butter and jelly. So we have a very special segment, and it's going to be led by my fellow brother in Shred, fellow Kramer artist, Charlie Parra, the Peruvian Shred Lord, in a segment we call All Elite Shredding. Oh my gosh, that was incredible. Whew. That brought back some memories for me. Charlie, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate this. Everybody follow Charlie Parra on Instagram. Follow him on YouTube. This guy's an absolute beast. His playing style, his technical prowess, he's a monster. He's the definition of a true shred extraordinaire. Always awesome to have you, Charlie. Thank you so much for this awesome segment. All elite shredding. Nothing more to say. And now it's that moment you've all been waiting for. What shred extraordinaire has had the most shredsational, most blisteringly shred-rageous week of all? Who is the Masters of Shred, This Week in Shred, Shredder of the Week? Well, let's take a look. That's right, folks. The mighty George Lynch is having the best week ever. Whether he was tearing it up with his side project Electric Freedom or reuniting with the mighty Don Dokken and lighting Virginia ablaze, you'd be hard-pressed not to see the mighty George Lynch tearing it up. Or maybe you even saw the footage that surfaced of him performing the XYZ hit Inside Out with Terry Lewis. George has been everywhere these past few weeks. But what really tickled our fancy was George's announcement of his first ever all-instrumental album, Seamless, which is due to drop on August 20th via Rat Pack Records. And he even released a little teaser of one of the singles on there called Death by a Thousand Licks. And folks, he improvised the entire solo on this track. It's pretty incredible. And if you missed George there, you could have also seen him at Paul Gilbert's Great Guitar Escape 2.0, where he was tearing it up on stage with fellow shred extraordinaires like Tony McAlpine, Bumblefoot, Eric Gales, and many more. And he was rocking a Black Beauty Gibson Les Paul. A little out of the ordinary, but very exciting to see. Well, there you have it, folks. George, thank you so much for tuning in and accepting our crown as this week's Shredder of the Week. And boy, did you earn it. I mean, you got the announcement of your first ever all-instrumental solo album, Seamless. We got a little taste of that earlier this week when you released an incredible teaser of one of the tracks off there, Death by a Thousand Licks. Absolutely incredible. And folks, may I add, completely improvised. Just let that sit in for a little while. That track was improvised. It's menacingly shred-rageous, violent. And in this case, violence is pretty good. So, awesome, George. Incredible. And of course, you got on stage again, you're rocking out with Dokken. I mean, this is your week. You earned it. Awesome to you. Congratulations. Keep killing it. You are the hardest working guy in the building. And you know what? Your repertoire speaks for itself. You're an absolute bona fide shred legend. Check that out. I want to thank all of our incredible sponsors. Thank you to the Architects of Shred, EMG. Thank you to Cheez-Its, helping us keep it cheesy. I want to also thank Sola Customs USA, my fellow brothers in Shred out there in North Carolina. I will be picking up that Vandenberg very, very shortly. And you all are going to freak when you see it. So tune in for that. I want to also thank Vvco Pedals for making pedal boards cool again. Check out the Afterlife pedal. It's amazing. And stay tuned for a very big giveaway we're going to do for one of those bad boys. Remember, 4 pedals in one, 2 distortions, 2 fuzzes, true bypass, amazing style, looks in great tone. You're going to love this thing. Keep it on the radar, guys, the Shred Art. And you better make sure you like this page, subscribe to this page, shred that subscribe button. And also make sure to hit the bell for notifications and to share this. So keep that all in mind. And of course, I can't forget about one of our other sponsors, can I? Morley, the innovators of wah out of Chicago. Always incredible, always amazing. And I think we're gonna have a giveaway coming up soon with them too. So keep your eyes peeled for that and follow Morley Pedals. And I also want to thank all of you for tuning in. It does mean a lot to me. I mean, this show takes a lot out of you. I'm not complaining. I have a passion for this, which is why I do it. It's a lot of long days, a lot of long nights, a lot of editing, and it's a lot of fun. And it means a lot when you guys watch this, your positive response, your feedback. It keeps this going for me, literally, because if I didn't receive that from you guys, I probably would have hung it up after episode 1 because it took a full week to do that for me. So if you like it, again, I appreciate you subscribing. I sort of appreciate you liking the page, sharing it, getting the word out there so I can continue to do this for you guys more. So thank you again. And also make sure to check out our awesome merch. We got some badass merch. We got some more merch coming up soon that you guys are gonna really like. Some household goods. So we're gonna get that shred in the household for you guys. But thank you again. Follow me personally at Mr. Shred Official on Instagram, and follow us at Masters of Shred on Instagram as well. And thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for episode 4. Thanks again for tuning in, and see you next time.